NASA was founded on July 29, 1958. It stands for National Astronauts and Space Administration. It was made during the Cold War against the Soviet Union. One of the reasons why it was created was to catch up to the Soviet Union and start the space race. The thing that caught the United States' attention was the Soviet Union's success in the launch of the world's first artificial satellite, Sputnik 1, which was about the size of a beach ball. The first Apollo mission happened on January 27, 1967, on the launch pad at Cape Kennedy, Florida. It was only a test flight. The ship was not going to leave the ground. There were 3 astronauts preparing with a flight test for the actual launch on February 21st. Virgil Grissom, Edward White, and Roger Caffrey were the 3 astronauts in the spacecraft called Saturn IB rocket. Sadly, something went terribly wrong with the command module and all 3 of the astronauts were killed by a fire. Because of this tragedy, NASA suspended launches for almost a full year. Also, they fixed the command module and added a lunar module. They didn't want any more astronauts killed, so they didn't put a man into a spacecraft until Apollo 7 in October 1968.
Apollo 11 launched on July 16, 1969 from Cape Kennedy. This flight carried Neil Armstrong, Michael Collins, and Buzz Aldrin. Its primary goal was made by President John F. Kennedy, which was to perform a crewed landing on the Moon and return to Earth. Additional objectives contained tasks like scientific exploration by the crew, deployment of a television camera, and to gather samples of lunar surface material. Approximately 530 million people watched the televised landing by Neil Armstrong.
That's one small step for man, one giant leap for mankind. Columbia, this is Houston, AOS, over.
Houston, Columbia, on the high gain, over.
Roger, the EVA is progressing beautifully. They're setting up the flag now. I guess you're about the only person around that doesn't have TV coverage of the scene.
That's all right, I don't mind a bit.
They've got the flag up now, and you can see the stars and stripes on the lunar
Flag
surface.
up now, and you can see the stars.
Are you getting a TV picture now, Houston? Neil, yes, we are.
Apollo 11 landed back on Earth in the Pacific Ocean on January 24, 1969, about 13 miles away from the recovery ship, the USS Hornet, because of bad weather in the initial landing spot.
Apollo 13 was going smoothly for about 5.5 minutes after takeoff, until something went wrong.
Dad, did you know the astronauts on the fire?
Yeah, I did. I knew the astronauts in the fire. All of them.
Say what? Dumb. Oh, sorry. Thanks.
I'm gonna give these guys a beautiful ride.
Sure you will, Jack.
Launch control, this is Houston. We are go for launch.
We are go for launch. T-minus 60 seconds and counting. 7, 6, ignition sequence start. 3, 2, 1, ignition.
Hey, we've got a problem here.
This is Houston. Say again, please.
Houston, we have a problem. From this moment on, we are improvising a new mission. How do we get our people home? I don't care what anything was designed to do. I care about what it can do. We never lost an American in space. We're sure as hell not going to lose one on my watch.
Tell me this isn't a government operation.
This just isn't a contingency we've remotely looked at.
Those CO2 levels are going to be getting toxic.
Well, I suggest you gentlemen invent a way to put a square peg in a round hole.
Houston, filters in place.
Just breathe normal, fellas.
Houston, the CO2 level has dropped to 9, and it is still falling.
This will be the worst disaster NASA's ever experienced.
With all due respect, sir, I believe this is going to be our finest hour.
It's been a privilege flying with you.
No re-entering ship has ever taken longer than 3 minutes to emerge from blackout.
Odyssey, Houston, do you read?
Hello, Houston. This is Odyssey. It's good to see you again.